Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the brand Noodles Nail Polish. So today I have their summer collection for 2023. This is going on sale July 15th. So in the description box, I will link the Noodles site, I will link their Instagram page, and then I will link my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video. So we do have a total of 8 polishes in this collection, and let's go ahead and get started. So first we have Sunbum, and this is described as a clear base flaky glitter with copper to gold to green shifting flakes, gold hollow, and yellow and peach matte glitters, and a touch of gold microflakes. So here's our first coat of Sunbum. I am layering this over black as well as on my naked nail, and I do love this both ways. The formula is excellent. You get a good glitter to base ratio. I got pretty good opacity on my nails with 2 coats, but if you wanted full coverage of this, you might want to sponge it on or do a 3rd coat. This is going to dry with some pretty intense texture because it is all glitter, so you're going to want a thicker glitter-eating glossy top coat to finish this off, or a glitter smoother under it, or maybe a couple coats of top coat. And again, since it's all glitter, it's going to be very difficult to remove. So there are 1 and 2 coats of Sunbum. Up next we have Beach Squad, and this is described as a soft cream crelly with yellow, orange, magenta, and watermelon matte glitters and turquoise hollow glitter. Here's our first coat of Beach Squad. This one covers pretty well on this first coat. It is like a creamy, kind of off-white leaning white. So I was very impressed with the coverage here. The formula is again excellent, not too thick or too thin. I didn't have any kind of running, pulling, or staining, and these glitters come out of the bottle organically and they do spread out very easily across the nail. You are going to want to work in kind of thin coats though to avoid traffic jams of glitter. That's kind of the payoff of these like glitter packed polishes. But even with thinner coats, I got full coverage in 2. Just like the last one, this is all glitter, so you're definitely going to want that top coat trifecta to finish this off, and removal is difficult. So there are 2 coats of Beach Squad. Next up we have Tropi-cool, and this is described as a vibrant turquoise semi-sheer crelly with white and lime glitters and a touch of gold hollow glitter. Here's our first coat of Tropi-cool. This one is more of a jelly polish, so it is a little bit more sheer. I got pretty good glitter payoff on most of my nails, but as this one layers, you're gonna have like layers of glitter in between. Since it's jelly, you'll be able to see through to each coat. So it's not super important to load the glitter up on each coat, if that makes sense. So 2 coats, I could still make out some nail line. I am going to go in for 3, but again, this formula is nice and easy to work with. I didn't have any kind of running, pulling, staining, or really any traffic jams of glitter. Sometimes these circle glitters wanted to give me a little bit of an issue, but they rectified pretty easily. I also didn't fish for anything in this polish. I did stop here at 3 coats. If I was looking super close, I could probably make out just the tiniest hint of nail line. You'll want top coat to smooth everything out, add some shine back to this, and again, since this is glitter, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to remove. So there are 3 coats of Tropi-cool. Up next we have Feelin Nauti, and this is described as a teal crelly with gold and turquoise hollow glitter and copper to gold to lime to pink color shifting flakes. So here's our first coat of Feelin Nauti. This one is kind of more jelly than crelly, but I did still get full coverage in 2 coats. So depending on your application with this one, you might want to go in for 3. I do still recommend working in thinner coats for this just to avoid these larger flakes kind of catching on each other and pulling polish off. The formula is good and easy to work with though. So here's our second coat, and like I said, I was happy with the coverage in 2. You might want to go in for 3. This does dry fully matte, so if you don't love that, you'll want some top coat to finish it off. It's also going to help smooth everything out because it does dry with some texture. And removal's not super difficult, but it does require some scrubbing. So there are 2 coats of Feelin Nauti. Up next we have Cozy Cabana, and this is described as a white crelly with periwinkle, blue, and watermelon matte glitters and gold hollow glitter. Here's our first coat of Cozy Cabana. This is another white crelly that covers really well on this first coat. Obviously, not totally opaque, not totally even, so it is going to have to be built up. I did need 3 coats with this one. I was feeling just a little bit picky after that second coat, but I think if you were very careful, you could probably get away with 2. These glitters, again, they come out of the bottle easily and they do spread out easily across the nail. I didn't have to really manipulate anything around, but these larger glitters can be manipulated strategically to like give a full coverage appearance. You'll definitely want some top coat for this. Like I said, with the rest of the glitters, those thicker glitter eating glossy top coats are top notch. A glitter smoother underneath a regular top coat will help make it nice and plump. And then if you don't have either of those things, you could use 2 coats of a regular top coat and it will give you the same effect. And since this is glitter, once again, removal will be pretty difficult. There are 3 coats of Cozy Cabana. Up next we have Shave Ice, and this is described as a clear base flaky glitter with round neon glitters in various colors, silver hollow glitters, and fine color shifting rainbow flakes. So here's our first coat of Shave Ice, and just like the other glitter, I'm going to show you what 2 coats looks like on my naked nail and then 1 coat as a topper. I think I prefer this one as a topper just because I can really make out all that hollow and the neons really pop against it. But I do think this is really fun on the naked nail as well. This is glitter, so it is going to require some top coat to smooth everything out and add some shine. Removal does require some scrubbing, but it's not overly difficult because this holographic that's in here is actually microflakes. So there are 1 and 2 coats of Shave Ice. Next up we have Under the Boardwalk, and this is described as a periwinkle crelly with watermelon, magenta, and periwinkle matte glitters and lavender hollow glitter. Here's our first coat of Under the Boardwalk. This one has that crelly-like formula that's pretty opaque, nicely opaque. I was able to get full coverage in 2 coats, but if you are super picky or you don't work in as thick of coats as I do, I could definitely see needing 3 for this one. The formula is, again, smooth and easy to work with. Again, I didn't have to do any kind of fishing to get these larger glitters out, but it does take just the tiniest bit of manipulation to get them to spread out evenly because sometimes larger glitters want to hang on to each other and gang up in one place. So just bear that in mind. The thinner coats will help spread them out as well. You'll want some top coat to finish this off, and since this is glitter, this is going to be a little difficult to remove. So there are 2 coats of Under the Boardwalk. And lastly for today we have Mermaid at Heart, and this is described as a semi-sheer purple crelly with indigo to blue to green color shifting shimmer, hollow flakes, and blue iridescent glitter. And here's our first coat of Mermaid at Heart. This one is pretty sheer on this first coat. I expected it to be a little bit more opaque, but I do really like how soft and ethereal it looks, so I really didn't mind building it up. I did do 3 coats to get full coverage. If you worked a little bit thicker, you could probably get this one in 2. This has a nice formula as well. No running, no pulling, no staining. It does dry on the dull side of the spectrum, so you will definitely want some top coat to smooth this out and add some shine back to it. It is going to dry with the slightest bit of texture. I think there are just little micro glitters in here. It's really hard to see through all the beautiful shimmer that's in here. So I did have a little bit of texture. I'm not sure if it's from glitter, but I didn't have an overly hard time removing it, so I really have no idea. So there are 3 coats of Mermaid at Heart. And here's a look at the full collection. I am such a sucker for Noodles Nail Polish. Their Crelly formulas are completely out of this world. I think the Tropi-cool, the blue jelly with the neon green glitters, is probably my favorite, but I also really enjoy the 2 toppers, and I am a big fan of white Crellys. So I had a really hard time picking a favorite of this collection. If D, all of the above, was an option, that would be it. And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.